Alright there you guys, hello again, welcome to another one of my live videos. As I usually do on this football channel, is update you with the latest news that is currently being going on. As I officially updated you earlier on about the David De Gea situation and about the other stuff that were going on as well. There's been a current change in scenery in a few articles that I've just currently read up. Currently now, yes, it has been confirmed that Romelu Lukaku, his shirt number has been currently confirmed, as he currently told ESPN, and that he currently asked Zlatan Ibrahimovic's permission, and he's now currently officially got that number 9 shirt as Lukaku for this season, which is fantastic news. I think it's a fantastic buy by Jose Mourinho, to be quite honest with you. Look, it's essential, and it didn't look realistically that he was coming to Manchester United. I think it's initial 75 million. I think add-ons have been in there as well, which took out to £90 million. But it's very beneficial, you know, he's Premier League proven, good at leading the lines, good at getting through the channels, and in his first training session with Pogba did fantastic, as they have a strong relation. They've known each other around 8 years. With Mourinho, it's up and down, but it's going to be solved is this. But Lukaku's been at Anderlecht in the past. He's been at Chelsea, West Brom, so it's beneficial for us because he is Premier League proven, is Romelu Lukaku. He has become a bit of an isolated figure in the last couple of years, but wait there. His first touch does concern me in a way. He's got a bad first touch and he does bottle it in the big games. But as he's got a good pedigree and he scores goals, he's coming to experience the Manchester United facility. As he did say, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world, biggest stadium in English football, best history, best fan base and all that. And he wants to be playing at a higher level, where he's going to be in Champions League football, which we've got. And at Everton, he wasn't going to be guaranteed that at all with Everton. And he wants to be challenging for silverware. And that's what he's going to be doing at Manchester United. But the amount of money we've paid out for him, you expect him, the 75 million we've paid, not 90 million, to perform week in, week out and hit the ground running. So yeah, it is confirmed now that number 9 shirt is currently going to Romelu Lukaku. And for Everton, 25 goals, first 7 appearances is absolutely fantastic. And he can bring that justice to Manchester United, lead the lines fantastically well, bring that firepower up front. I still may think we may need another striker there. I don't think maybe Lukaku, Rashford, Martial, and that's enough. I think we may need another striker in there if possible. So yeah, it's been confirmed that Lukaku has got that number 9 shirt, and also it's been confirmed that Victor and we'll find out with Lukaku anyway if he's with the money currently at the end of his tenure. But it is a good buy. It's important that we get these players that we want on the board, and it's always beneficial because we've looked into players in the past. We're in 2013, we've missed out on quite a lot of players since then, but obviously we've been into Bale. You've been in for Muller, Cruz and Griezmann and all that. And we've missed out on all them since 2013. But when you had a manager like Moyes at the time, who doesn't have a big club winning mentality, and if the strappings of the club were way too high for your average manager, he'd never really dealt with top players, even though he did well at Everton before, in his 8 or 9 years he was there. But now it's beneficial, and we've got the chance to get the players what we need, because we are the richest club in the world. We've got one of the best managers in the world. He's got a fantastic pedigree. He's proved it at Chelsea. He's succeeded at Chelsea in the past. And he's a fantastic manager. Even though we had a lot of home draws last season, we was lacklustre in the league. But we still managed to get the Europa League win the Europa League and get this Champions League offering for players to come. So whoever Mourinho brings in, I have a lot of trustworthy in Mourinho, whoever he brings into the club. But yes, and with Lindelof, Lindelof has currently been confirmed that he's going to be currently wearing the number 2 shirt as we currently signed him. That was it was similar to Lukaku prior to the medical, prior to the personal terms. It was sort of similar situation. That we'd got Lindelof for £31 million or something like that. But we're going to find out if he's currently with the money at the end of his tenure. He's achieved well at Benfica. I think he's going to be a fantastic centre-back partnership with Eric Bailly next season. He's Victor Lindelof. But that's been confirmed, and he's a good player. I think he's a bit of a... I had reservations about him. I think he's a bit of a suspect on the head, but I think he will perform and put great shifts in that back line, and it's confirmed he's going to be wearing that number 2 shirt at centre-back. So that basically... sorry guys about that. That basically leaves number 7 vacant. We wouldn't want to keep it vacant for a commercial point of view, and that means now Rooney's left. Now that number. Sorry about that, I keep getting calls. That number 10 is currently vacant as well. So wait there, guys. Wait there a minute. Wait there. I think someone's at my door. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hello. Because I wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, where am I? Right, alright. Yeah, alright. Right. No, I didn't really mean to, really. I didn't really mean to. I didn't really mean to. Alright. Right. I apologise about that, guys. I currently had a phone call from someone, so I do apologise about that, guys. So yeah, let's get straight back onto the topic. Sorry for that. I just got interfered by a phone call. So we get back on. Yes, as I did say, Lukaku is confirmed that number 9's been confirmed. He's going to be getting that shirt. He'd asked permission from Ibrahimovic. And Lindelofs got that number 2 shirt. And basically now, as I said, it leaves number 10 vacant, number 7 vacant. Basically, we was adamant, Rodriguez had been the perfect outfit for that number 10 shirt, as we've currently had a long interest in James Rodriguez, but has he's now gone to Bayern Munich on a 2-year loan deal. It would just had to be. I'd have been absolutely ecstatic with James Rodriguez. He is currently now signed for a 2-year loan deal with Bayern Munich. And number 7, we wouldn't want to keep that vacant from a commercial point of view, but we have. But we was basically... since 2013, there's some of the players that we've basically still been interested in. Gareth Bale's been on the radar. There's been talks about he may be leaving. Of course, Real Madrid have paid Tottenham £90 million for him. But it's been worth the kind of money, because look what he's achieved. 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons, I think. 1 La Ligas. And he's a player that can feed balls into the box. He's got tremendous speed. He's got good physical attributes, as Gareth Bale. And basically, Real Madrid say he may be willing to leave, and he may still want to make a move to Manchester United. As I'm not fully committed to it, we've had that interest in Gareth Bale since basically like 2013. But I'd love a player of his calibre at Manchester United, Gareth Bale. Tremendous speed, you know, creative, good at getting through the channels. And his performances at Real Madrid have been fantastic. Only reason he hasn't got the starts that he's needed, because he's injury prone, is Gareth Bale. And his performances for Tottenham were fantastic as well with Gareth Bale's. There's also been, who we've missed out on in the past, there's been Thomas Muller now on the equation. Currently plays for Bayern Munich as well. Currently won Bundesligas. He's won quite a lot of stuff, and he's a fantastic player, he's Muller. There's been talks about this now that James Rodriguez is gone. There was talks about us getting Muller on the board. I do like Muller, very creative, very good in the air, very precise on the ball, very tenacious. And that basically, it's a dream signing. It doesn't look realistic that will happen. It may be just the media talking about this. And also, there's been, we'd missed out on, well, Muller, I think, was one of Ed Woodward's dream signings. So too Neymar. Neymar has been mentioned. Currently Neymar, him, Messi, Suarez, the combination with them players, they combine fantastically well at Barcelona. And they are the most efficient in probably European football and world football when them three are playing. The goals they score between them, the way they link up is absolutely fantastic. Neymar's not quite sure on his future yet. I think Manchester United have showed a slight interest. I think October, was it? Sometime last October, he'd signed a 5-year deal with Barcelona. And we've been interested for like the past 18 months, and we'd love Neymar. We'd absolutely love him, you know. Barcelona, he's won bloody La Ligas. He won the Champions League, you know. He's achieved fantastic well. He's a fantastic player, and I think he got in the last couple of seasons 13 goals last season, 11 assists, and 24 this season before. So yeah, he'd be a fantastic player if we were to get him on the board. So yeah, it's gonna be we've currently got LA Galaxy coming up on Sunday as well. LA Galaxy coming up. And then we've got Real Salt Lake. I think we've got Barcelona in there, the heavyweight. We've got two of the heavyweights, Barcelona and Real Madrid twice. I think Real Madrid in a friendly and Real Madrid in the Super Cup to come. But more things would have updated by then, considering transfer news and all that. We've got Manchester City in there as well. So yeah, they're the upcoming fixtures that are currently coming up. And also with Ivan Perisic now, guys, I'd love Ivan Perisic, you know. As I said, the main thing I've identified in our squad now, we need to add depth in that midfield. As I said, Carrick's not strong enough going on to next season. We need that depth there. And we need them creative winners. And Perisic, you know, is very efficient. And, you know, with most of our wingers, you know, even Perisic is comparison to them. You know, his comparison is much better. And if you do look at his overall stats, which are absolutely dramatic, even Perisic, you know, even though Inter Milan suffered a lacklustre campaign last season, currently finished 7th, he was one of Inter Milan's standout players and still managed to to get, was it 11 goals, and got quite a lot of assists in there, 12 assists I think it was. He's a player that can run riot, he can physically go around defenders, he's good at crossing, he can feed balls into the box as well. He's very precise on the ball, he reads his game fantastically well. And he'd be fantastic, and this has been sprouting about for months about Ivan Perisic. And now what's currently going on now is with Ivan Perisic, he's basically trying to force the way through. As basically, I think he's in Northern Italy training. I think they're due to go to China next week, Inter Milan. Basically, I think the agent is holding talks. Basically, now they're having discussions with the Inter Milan officials about getting this deal through and force the move. Because it's basically still a main priority. Oh, my battery's low. A main priority for him to come to Manchester United. He's also got tremendous speed, you know, electrifying pace. He'd be a fantastic winger for Manchester United. And also, as I did say, he had reported yesterday that the Inter Milan sporting director had basically said, this is not happening. This is not happening about this. The deal is not currently happening. It's basically he poured cold water on the speculation as well. So I think Perisic will still come. I think a deal needs to be fully negotiated. They'll come to terms. But Manchester United, well, we have agreed personal terms, but the fee is still getting fully negotiated. Well, basically, we know the price tag that Inter Milan have currently set out. I think basically, Damasio had announced this, who is very reliable, and, you know, when it comes to Italian reports and stuff. It basically said, what did it say? So basically, with Ivan Perisic, he wants to force the move, right? And the price tag, yes, that Damasio had announced, it was around 55 million, between 50 million euros and 55 million euros. And that's what Inter Milan are basically wanting for Ivan Perisic. They're wanting, I think, 50 million euros or something like that. And we've had currently 2 bids rejected in the past. Also, I think we've currently now refreshed a bid for Ivan Perisic. Basically, we're not willing to pay more than basically 45 million for Ivan Perisic. They want around about 55 million euros for him. So basically, we're not willing to pay what Inter Milan have set out. As I did say, he's not worth the price tag that Inter Milan are asking for. He's currently on a 3-year deal with them at the moment. He's currently not worth the price tag that Inter Milan are asking for. He doesn't set the world alight. He can improve a squad, but he can't improve a starting 11. But it's been stemming for absolutely months about Ivan Perisic. As I said before, it looks as though, as I did a video, the deal was off, as currently the manager of Inter Milan had currently took him. It's basically said he was going to be released off the market. He was going to offer him a new contract. But even Perisic rejected this, as he does want to make a move to Manchester United. We are all adamant that he wants to come to Manchester United. They basically still want to raise more funds into the club. You know, I think they have eased the financial fair play off anywhere. They've currently been in financial trouble before. And there's quite a lot of other teams in financial trouble as well. And also the manager of Inter Milan does basically want to have discussions with Ivan Perisic to see what he's got to say. But I think it will be fully confirmed sometime next week before they go to China. I'm still pretty adamant it will fall through, and a deal will come to a conclusion, and then the deal will eventually break through. So I'm not fully committing to it. It still looks likely it's gonna happen for even Perisic. You know, his passing ability is good. He can feed balls into the box. His speed's good. His desire's good. He's very passionate, you know, and he's still one of Inter Milan's standout players. You know, you can't compare him to your likes of Bale. You can't compare him to your likes of Griezmann, but he's still an efficient player, is even Perisic. So we've got to take that to consideration. So when more things are talked further down the line, it will come to an announcement about even Perisic. Anyway, and the latest news about, as I said, about Nainggolan. As I said, I'd love the likes of Nainggolan at Manchester United. I think it's basically still a debate. I'm still dubious, to be quite honest, about Nainggolan. He's still basically making a decision on his future. Because a few Instagram things have stirred up suggestions that basically still making a decision on his future is Nainggolan. I did say though, I'd love him to come to Manchester United. Basically, Damasio had announced this back in May that would add an interest in Nainggolan. He's very compassive, very tenacious, good at breaking up the play. And if you look at his overall stats as well, they are absolutely fantastic as well, are Nainggolan's. Sorry to charge my phone up, guys. Don't want it to die on this live video. But with Nainggolan, yes, he's good at breaking up the play, and now I think they're willing to offer him a new contract at Roma. So more things will update about that as well. With the Fabinho, he was currently a fantastic player, fantastic for Monaco last season. They've got a fantastic team of Monaco, and basically we've been interested for quite a while in Fabinho. You know, suggestions have stirred up. They were trying to basically agree a fee. Currently, an agent, well, George Mendes, who represents some of the United players and represents, who's currently at Mourinho's agent, currently had spotted, basically spotted someone negotiating about Fabinho, but it wasn't moved to Old Trafford. Basically, then Damasio had announced that we'd nearly completed a bid for Fabinho, which is 50 odd. Which was 50, I think it was 40, was it 40 million plus add-ons as well? It was something like that anyway. But Damasio announced this, and then basically City have then joined the race. He said he'd rather join Manchester United than Manchester City. Arsenal have joined the race for Fabinho. A lot of teams are basically in Fabinho. But according to the reports now, as I said before, Atletico Madrid could be favoured in this to get Fabinho on the board, as it did. Reports were suggesting from the Spanish outlet, the AS, that they'd come to agreement and terms with Fabinho, did Atletico Madrid. As I said, they've currently got that transfer ban, so they can't get any players at all until their transfer ban is up. That's the reason why we didn't get Griezmann, as that was confirmed. But as if it had been uplifted, he'd have been coming. But as it was upheld, he didn't come because of the transfer ban, and he did have that guilty consciousness. As I did say, I was annoyed that we'd lost out on Griezmann. He could be still available in January if possible. I think we will look more into him in January. We'd nearly agreed with Antoine Griezmann. Would have been fantastic. I think he'd have covered that number 7 role fantastically well. But yeah, it does look, he could go to Atletico Madrid, could Fabinho, because he's basically adamant that he does want to make some move and he wants to leave Monaco. But his physical attributes, good, strong, physical, very technical, good in the air, tremendous speed, good at breaking up the play. He's got fantastic physical attributes, can score goals as well. And it's beneficial as well. He can also play as a right back as well, which he has done before. Plays a converted right back. So these still key positions where Manchester United need to basically strengthen up. We need to strengthen up. I think we may need a left back. Luke Shaw's our advanced left back. I'd still give him another chance, Luke Shaw. I would definitely still give Luke Shaw another chance there, as he deserves it. Midfield is the main. I identified that as my key role that Manchester United need to strengthen up. With the likes of Pogba and Herrera there as well. And also, this Lukaku deal could have snubbed, well, I think it snubbed the Morata deal off, because Morata, basically, we'd been in talks with him for absolutely ages. As I said, the past experience of Pogba and Mourinho would have been beneficial. He was the plan A. He was one of the main priorities. He was the plan A. Lukaku was the plan B. He was the main priority, but Real Madrid had been stubborn. There wasn't accepting our offers that we'd offered them. And then we currently just give up because in his honeymoon, he'd had his wedding, and then they'd currently had showdown talks at the Bernabeu to hold Morata an exit, and it looks more than likely he was coming, but we'd had bids being rejected in the past from Real Madrid. They were being stubborn. They would think they're asking for around about, how much? 70 to 80 million euros. We'd come up with a final bid again, and that had been currently rejected. But I said Morata would have been fantastic. He's got a good, fantastic pedigree. Proved that at Juventus. But I think Morata is still basically going to leave Real Madrid. Because he's not going to get that first team football that he wants. And he'd been guaranteed that under Mourinho. Because Real Madrid's built around Ronaldo. Benzema's there and Bale's there. So basically, Real Madrid have offloaded James Rodriguez. I think they've got someone in replacement anywhere. And I think they still have that interest in Kylian Mbappe, so they have to offload one of their players. For the likes of Kylian Mbappe, who's one of the highest prospects in the world. First, fantastic for France. And to go to a Real Madrid team who've achieved fantastically well in the past, got phenomenal players in their squad. Kylian Mbappe, a type player like Kylian Mbappe wants that first team football, and he's not going to get guaranteed that Real Madrid unless at least they offload at least another one of their top players, which is either going to be Bale, Morata or whatever. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm not committing. The rumours had livened up again that we possibly could still get Morata. I don't really believe it now. I think it's gone to a collapse as the Morata deal. I think the Lukaku deal has jeopardised that deal. Possibly jeopardised the Matic deal as well. I don't know now if Chelsea have fully confirmed the signing of Bakayoko. I will have to have a look. That's depending on Chelsea, if Chelsea get Bakayoko, whether we get Matic or not. A few weeks ago, it was going to be announced in the next 48 hours because it was looking like Chelsea were going to fully get Bakayoko on the board. But due to the injury that he's suffered, this has been basically the delay, why it took so long for him to have his medical. Bakayoko. But he's another good player, and as I said, reports before had suggested, well, early today when he updated you about Bakayoko, that he tweeted out his location had been in Manchester, and he'd tweeted out something had been red and white as well, just to try and tease a lot of people. I don't think I'd believed a lot of it anyway. I think it was just to tease the Chelsea fans and put that they would basically maybe been panicking about this. But he may have completed his medical now. It might have been fully announced. I haven't looked into it just as yet. But I don't think we will get Bakayoko on the board, guys, to be quite fair. But it's good. Anyway, for the US tours, we have got, well, for the friendlies, players confirmed that have been on. Mata, yeah, fantastic. Thought played well last season. He was fantastic last season until he suffered that injury. Then I thought he looked a bit off colour, Mata. But he's still very consistent. He's very clinical and very crucial. He's Juan Mata. He's still a fantastic player. It's good that Joel Pereira's also going to be getting that start, has currently just recently signed a new deal, so that's good for him, who currently made his debut last season against Wigan in the Cup and the last league game of the season against Crystal Palace. And there's also other good players that are going on the tours that did perform fantastically well last season, including, so I'm very, very impressed with that, to be quite fair, guys. As I said, reports were suggesting earlier about David De Gea that Real Madrid have regained their interest in him. I think that Manchester United looking to still retain David De Gea. There was talks of a bid of around about £58 million. It was excessive. We was excessively put out £60 million price tag. Maybe David De Gea is still adamant basically that he does want to go to Real Madrid. Because you can understand he's born there, he has relatives there, his girlfriend's from there. You know, and he's risen up the ranks at Atletico Madrid. And it's been... Real Madrid basically have lost the pursuit of Donnarumma and currently Courtois, who Chelsea are currently refusing to sell. So they want a goalkeeper, and now that's happened. They've regained their interest in David De Gea. And before it had cooled the interest, they'd cooled their interest and they currently give up on... David De Gea, who is potentially the world's best keeper in the world. Look at some of his overall stats, are absolutely dramatic. 2011-12 season, I think 102 saves he currently made got 13 clean sheets. And last season 16 clean sheets in 45 appearances. So that is very dramatic. We know that Real Madrid have basically... They're a club that like to raise funds and make loads of money. And basically, since 2015, Real Madrid have been currently interested in David De Gea. When it all went to a collapse, right at the final hurdle, they looked as though they wouldn't get him then. Didn't happen. But in Manchester United, won 2 Premier Leagues, I think one league, FA Cup, I think he's won a couple of League Cups in there as well, so... He's achieved fantastically well, and not them goalkeepers are nowhere near in the same calibre as David De Gea. And I hope to God that we keep him for next season. I said to the last stage of last season, Romero got that first choice, but his performances were fantastic to the odds end of last season. Romero's, especially in the Europa League as well. So Real Madrid basically have showed their interest again. They basically may not give up on David De Gea. I don't know, David De Gea could end up going. I do hope to God that he does not leave. As we said before, it's been with David De Gea to Madrid, it's been included with David De Gea, Morata and a £180 million deal. Currently then it had reported before that a £60 million bid had been rejected for David De Gea. So articles and reports suggest different things every single day about... about players going to other clubs or players putting this certain bid in, and you know, some of the media and the news agents, they like to pull traffic in and they justify their existence in some situations. Some of the media is true and they report, some of it are lies, but whether it's true or not, you've still got to report on it. And is anything else to currently report on? Oh yeah, just to mention to you guys as well, I think Herrera as well, who was a fantastic player. For me, dramatically improved under Mourinho. I thought he wasn't that good under Van Gaal, but I think he's dramatically improved under Mourinho. But I think he needs to be pushed up more to express himself more next season in attacks and, and stuff like that. Held a centre defensive mid last season fantastically well, Ander Herrera. I think there've been advanced talks about sealing him another contract and maybe offering him more money for his salary or something like that, to really snub Barcelona off, because Barcelona have showed their interest in Ander Herrera. It's currently been, well, what had happened now? Would a bid put in or something? Well, they'd offered a 60 million bid at Barca, I think it was, but we didn't make an initial bid out for Barcelona to pay. They just put a 6 million bid or something. It had currently been rejected, so that's fantastic. He's very, very loyal, and I still like him here next season at Manchester United, Herrera. But there've been advanced talks about giving him a new contract. Obviously, Carrick has got another year's contract, I think. He's currently got the captain's armband, and he told basically MUTV how delighted he was having that captain's armband. You know, it's good to have a captain's armband for a great club. I've been here this is my 12th season. I've been here since I was 25, and it's a real pleasure to have that captain's armband, which basically he told MUTV, which is fantastic. But we've currently got Lindelof on the board. We've currently got Lukaku on the board. He's a fantastic, prolific goal scorer, is Lukaku. When, you know, there's things that need to be improved at Manchester United. The home form, you know, the squad rotation will get improved. The clinical chances, turn them into goals, that needs to be improved as well. So, yeah, let's have a look what time it is. Yes, I'm just going to look upstairs. We're there, guys. But as I said, Lukaku's number's been confirmed, the number 9. Number 7 and 10 is vacant for the time being. So yeah, so I did say basically this transfer window is currently hotting up. It's hotting up, this transfer window. Everton have signed 6-7 players. I think Juventus have. I think they're currently in for the Douglas Costa, Juventus as well. Chelsea have signed Rodiger. They signed Rodiger of Chelsea. I think they may sign Bakayoko as well. City have currently signed, they've made a couple of decent signs. They've signed Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva and the Benfica goalkeeper. So they've spent quite a bit of money as well. We spent quite a bit of money on 2 players, but they are 2 good players. But we're the richest club, one of the richest clubs in the world. So we'll basically pay out, we'll pay any price for any player that we can get. And that we would be first in the queue in that situation. If a top quality player does come available, we will be first in the queue, and I presume these still players available out there. And as I said, I don't think Martial will leave. As I said before, guys, about Antonio Martial, I think he will stay at Manchester United. As I said, he will grow and develop into his game more. Roma have showed their interest in a loan deal. Arsenal have showed their interest before. But I can't see Mourinho currently sanctioning Martial. He has got to improve on his game. He did say back in June he would not leave Manchester United. And he's basically just a fantastic, young, talented player. And he can perform on his day, can Martial. And some people say, is he going to get put in that number 9 role, which is not going to happen now. He was disappointed losing that number 9 shirt with Martial, but he's going to currently staying on the left-hand side where he was playing last season the majority of the time, Martial. But I can't see him going to Roma. I think he will stay at Manchester United. Currently one of the world's most expensive teenagers as well. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic, yes, LA Galaxy have showed currently their interest in him. They've had talks about this. I don't know if Zlatan Ibrahimovic's future is fully announced as yet. As the updates due the other day about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, fantastic player. Look what he's won in the past. Paris Saint-Germain won the Liga 1. Barcelona won La Liga's FIFA Club World Cup. You know, won all sorts in his career. AC Milan won Serie A's. Inter Milan won Serie A's. He's been at a lot of clubs in the past and he's a fantastic player, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I do really highly rate him. He's good at leading the lines, as he did last season. 28 goals in all competitions, delivered the goods in the EFL Cup final, delivered the goods in the Community Shield final. He's a prolific goal scorer. He's very quick, very tenacious, very, very good in the air, very agile. And he's a fantastic player. And yeah, but basically people saying now, if Ibrahimovic is to stay, we basically wouldn't need another prolific striker there, because we basically have the likes of, you know, Ibrahimovic, Rashford, Lukaku, Martial obviously there as well, and Mkhitaryan on there as well. So basically saying we wouldn't need another striker if Ibrahimovic was to stay at Manchester United. But basically we'd had positive feedback from the medical team. As I said, he's recovering fantastically well from his ligament knee injury that he suffered. So it's overscheduled because initially he was supposed to be out till the end of the year, of how serious the injury was to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And we basically was all adamant then that his career was going to be officially over at Manchester United. But currently back in April when he had suffered that injury, that's what we all thought. We lost Marcos Rojo in that game also too. And then I think it was May sometime, suggestions had stirred up when he was currently kicking a ball. Wouldn't needing any crutches, you know, exercising at the gym. and that's the suggestions then that he was quickly recovering from his injury. But he has been favoured moves to the LA Galaxy and maybe China as well. LA Galaxy currently interested in Zlatan Ibrahimovic as a free agent, basically. So whether Zlatan will be staying or not, I do not know. I just really do not know, guys, what's going to be happening with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Obviously, more things will update as it usually does. As I said, there were talks yesterday about Chelsea with Aubameyang, because Aubameyang has been linked to a lot of teams. He's attracted a lot of high-profile clubs. I think he's got 3 years on his contract, or is it 4? Currently wanting to announce his future before they go to Switzerland on the 24th of July. That basically Aubameyang had been offered to Chelsea for £60–70 million. But according to reports, they've stemmed from the reports that they haven't been in negotiations. They haven't been in negotiations, Chelsea or Borussia Dortmund, about this whatsoever. There hasn't been a full initial approach. It just come out according to numerous reports. But Aubameyang's one of the most efficient in the world, in Europe and world football. Good at getting through the channels, good in the air, very tenacious. You know, good at leading the lines fantastically well also. And I'm surprised that Manchester United were in for the likes of Aubameyang. Liverpool been in there, obviously looking for the reunion with Klopp. After they worked together at Borussia Dortmund, I think Klopp was there about 7 or 8 years. So, yeah, and is there anything else to update you on? But going back to Croatia about 9-goal, and that's the midfield I'd love. Your likes of 9-goal, your likes of your Fabinhos. I'd absolutely love that midfield 9-goal, and one of the most efficient players in world football, and I'd absolutely love him at Manchester United. His stats are dramatic, you know. Comparison to our other midfielders, if I'm going to be quite honest. Same with Perisic, though, as I said, on that wing. Even though he suffered a lacklustre campaign with Inter Milan, he's obviously been at Borussia Dortmund in the past as well. He's been at Wolfsburg in the past as well, I think. And he's highly experienced. And he would basically fit the Manchester United agenda. He wants to move to Manchester United, does even Perisic, but more things will be discussed further down the line. So anyway, the LA Galaxy, I think Sunday, I can't remember the kickoff, I'm going to look more into it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be having talks about, we're going to be having a preview on the game. I'm not going to I don't think I'm going to bother doing a prediction lineup. I'm going to wait till the lineup is fully announced, and then I'm going to have talks with the lineup and what formation has been tactically chosen by Jose Mourinho. And then we're going to have some more talks about the transfer rumours, and then we're going to go into more discussions about other things. So, yeah, guys, basically, yeah, that's everything to update you with. As I said, drop your likes and comments on the video. Tell me what you think to this video, and take it easy, and I'll see you later on. Bye.